Hello, YouTube side! Woo! We are now live on YouTube. Wait. Okay. Let me grab this. Copy. I need to just check that. I just hit the live button now. Come on. Go live, you stupid bitch. Oh, I am live. Okay, everything should... Stats for nerds. Yeah, okay, fantastic. Okay, hello YouTube side. I'm live. Oh my god. Basically, I'm trying a different setup. This music is making me panic. It's making me go, oh my god, I need to hurry. The information is going down. Today, I did want to play some Deadlock, but we're just going to have to delay that for tomorrow, probably. By the way, Mateo, my plan is to sort of balance it. So, obviously, I'm trying to make sure that you can... I'm trying to, like, readjust my schedule just a little bit, just so that it can sort of, you know, fit your needs as well. I'm not gonna lie, it's just been sort of perfect timing for me, just because I've had so much shit to do. So, like, this is actually the best time for me to stream. But I was just gonna say, my plan is also, because I also want to get into, like, streaming, you know, PvP games, I may do streams that are, like, you know, let's say the average, like, 3 to 4 hour stream, and then do Deadlock in terms of, like, you know, whilst it would be entertaining and fun, it's not something that you would feel like that necessarily would feel like you're missing out on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyway, one of the other tests I'm thinking of considering, but the thing is, I'm really worried, because the last time I did this, I think this is when YouTube started fucking me over. But I don't know if this is a thing where, like, oh, it's just a coincidence, or if YouTube just really hates it. When I started doing YouTube Shorts live streaming, YouTube was like, alright, fuck your channel, bro. I was like, whoa! They were like, fuck your channel. I was like, hold on! Like, I couldn't even search on my own name. It was crazy, right? I'd be on my account typing in my name, and I wouldn't show up. And it was crazy because I was getting like hundreds of views for in the YouTube Shorts section, right? The YouTube Short live stream. It was so weird. I was like, what the fuck is happening? How's this happening? The thing is, I'm wondering, was YouTube punishing me for using YouTube Shorts live stream, or was it punishing me because it was like, your name is a boo-boo name, your name is a joggy-wuggy? How would I know? Yes, I should have Googled it. Okay, it's not my fault. I actually did not know it was a fucking drug. Fuck that AI channel, bro. Fucking piece of... Oh, God, if I had the power, I'd burn every AI fucking piece of shit alive. Jesus, I fucking hate... Where's his fucking face? I don't even... I think I forgot to add him. Wait, why is that... Why is my light bulb so bright? I think I forgot to add Loaf Leopard. You made sure... But yeah, my consideration is... Maybe I should start... maybe I'll also... coinciding with the regular streams, you know, the 16:9 on YouTube. Because the one thing I really like about having 16:9 on YouTube is that it is nice going back to YouTube and going, hey, this is when I streamed this game. This is when I streamed this. It's comforting, right? It does make me sad that we've lost most of the Final Fantasy stuff. It does make me a little sad because it's like, you know, it's a piece of my history gone, which is sad. That is the one thing I like about YouTube, is that you get to save it all. So I am thinking about maybe doing vertical streams as well as horizontal streams, but I'm worried about doing it on the same channel. I've seen some conflicting stuff saying, oh, it's perfectly fine, there's no punishment, and then some stuff saying, oh, don't do it, it'll kill your channel. Yeah, YouTube in general has just basically given up on live streams because they're just prioritizing shorts right now. So I just want to be careful. That's the thing, is that I don't know if I want to risk it either. Like, the thing is that I would have gladly gone, hey, fuck it, we'll just try it. But because it fucked me over last time, I don't know if it fucked me over because of YouTube Shorts live stream or if it fucked me over because of my name. I don't know. I think maybe it'd be maybe a good idea would be like, I don't know. I will say I really am in no rush to stream. By the way, this is what it would look. I don't like the way that's looking. Why is that so? This one looks a lot nicer than this one. That's weird. I'll change that after. No one knows, just YouTube. Yeah, exactly. It's so stupid to me. I think it's incredibly annoying. But yeah, I'm basically trying out and seeing what's gonna happen. I'm thinking, like, you know, I am in no rush to stream to YouTube, just YouTube Shorts, because YouTube Shorts are the weirdest people alive, bro. Like, I think we got... Is this when we got PN? I think YouTube Shorts is how PN found us. And she was lovely. She, like, PN is genuinely wonderful. But, like, for every PN, there's, like, 1,000 weirdos who just want to say a slur and then run away. So I'm in no rush to comment on YouTube, rush to YouTube Shorts live stream. But, like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we do. I guess you have to keep trying different things and find whatever works best on the YouTube side. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is that before YouTube fucked me over, the YouTube live streaming was going really well. So hopefully YouTube doesn't punish me anymore because of my fucking name. But yeah, shadow banning isn't... Fuck off. Shadow banning is so obviously fucking real. Anyway, let me just quickly adjust some things on this. I dislike a... Oh, my bad. Shadow banning is more real than Silk Song. Oh my god. Do you think we're gonna get it, like, at Game Awards? Do you think that's even possible? Okay, I dislike a few things about this. I dislike how quick it leaves. Is this actually done? What the fuck is happening? I'm literally typing in 60. There we go. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Is this the right size? Should I make it a little bigger for you? Okay, I'm gonna go too big, and then yeah. There? Is that good? Okay, cool. Because this looks nice, but obviously this is much bigger because it's a big chat and it's like whatever. But yeah, just wanted to make sure. Thank you. Sorry about that. Alright. But yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We are going to check out some stuff. There's some Dragon Age news, there's some PlayStation 5 news, as well as an Elden Ring patch news, so let's check that out first. I didn't look too much into it, aside from the fact that I know that they changed Radahn. Thank fuck. Alright. That's cheating. Me finding out or them changing Radahn? I'm not gonna lie. Ridiculous how long it took them. When did the game come out? It came out June. Come on. Now you'll fight the weaker version. It won't be fun anymore because you have to suffer. Woo. I you know what's annoying? I would have gladly... Okay, wait. Oh, okay. I think I think I had this issue yesterday. I think I've fixed it on YouTube, on the Twitch side, but it's not working on stream. Let me just try and do this. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait a day, probably. But yeah, anyway. The thing I was gonna say is that to me, the Elden Ring DLC, you know what? This music is kind of messing with my head right now. Today, today this isn't me. Today this isn't me. But this is. Beautiful. Love this song. Amazing. No, I'm sorry. Whenever I hear Lies of P soundtrack, whenever I hear it, I think it's amazing. Hey, this is going to be the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree. Oh my god, the patch notes reveal. Let's read it. Let's look at what it's all about. Let's see if it has anything interesting. What do you mean, finally? Okay, let's stop. Alright. They're in a slightly weird position, so I'll try and... Is that readable for you guys? Should be, right? Oh yeah, finally for the patch. Alright. Brand new Elden Ring DLC patch notes version 1.14. Oh my god. Is this the first? No, this is like the third patch they've done, right? Is this the third patch? I'm pretty sure this is their third since the DLC. The following adjustments have been made to the final boss of Shadow of the Erdtree. Changed the action pattern when the battle starts. Okay. Adjusted some attack moves. Decreased the damage of some attacks. Decreased stamina damage of some attacks. Oh, okay. Good. Right. Okay, less damage overall, that's good. Decrease the attack range of some non-weapon based attacks. Improve the visibility of some attack effects. That is the most important one. That is so important. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Damage-wise, I was fine with it for the most part. It was just that you can't see anything, bro. You just can't see anything. It's so annoying. Like, it's genuine clutter. As well as like having bad frame rate on like consoles especially. It's rough. It's really rough. So I'm glad they've changed that. The other stuff, like, cool, you know. I would say that probably he may do a bit too much damage, sure. But yeah, like to me, honestly, I think that I would have been more than happy just removing the effects, as well as that stupid fucking move that to this day I still am confused why they put this into the game. That fucking idiotic move where the ability where he goes, whoa, and you're there like, oh my god. Oh, this shows some of the changes. Okay, cool. Okay. So these will show. Do these show all the changes? Yeah. Like all the changes in terms of Radahn. Okay, let's check this out. Cool. Thank you. Okay. All of these videos are recorded within the maximum graphical settings. Okay, so these are the changes for Radahn. Consort Radahn got fixed. Oh, you can... Wait, hold up. What did they change after? You could... Oh my god. Oh my god. In the game where you roll to evade, they let you roll through the attack. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Finally, bro. Jesus. Honestly, yes. Good. That is genuinely a tactic. You have to get hit first before you're able to dodge. It's so stupid to me. Jesus, thank God. Okay, yeah, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely believe this might be the worst designed boss FromSoft has made from the games I've played. Just in terms of, like, how cluttered everything is. Although I'm sure the fight is still gonna be like roll. Oh no, that's true. That's true. My biggest problem with Elden Ring is that I just think the game is too passive. That is my biggest problem. And I didn't feel this way until I played Sekiro. Right? I've heard Bloodborne is much the same way. But honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of pardon me. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of the Dark Souls roll thing that Elden Ring took. I'm really not a big fan of it. I much prefer the idea of, like, even the way Bloodborne does it, where you dodge, right? It's got some form of aggression to it. It's a lot faster. The way the Sekiro does it. The way I saw someone describe Dark Souls 3 like this, and I kind of agree. They took Bloodborne movesets, they took Sekiro movesets here, right? And they put it into a game that's still controlling, like, Dark Souls. And Dark Souls movement is fine, but it's not fine in terms of Elden Ring movesets. Does that make sense? Sorry. I hope they add a parry mechanic. That's all pardon me. That's what I want. I want more aggression. I want to be able to feel more, like, active in the battles. Because, once again, I love Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring's combat is great. I just think that it is a bit too passive, especially with these end game bosses. I didn't really feel that way about the base game. Even though there are some bosses that are like, you know, a little boring in that way. Sekiro combat is better, but, like, I don't want to compare Sekiro combat to Elden Ring because Sekiro is much more an action game with very minor RPG elements, whereas Elden Ring is very much an RPG. So, like, you know, don't take that to be an insult towards Elden Ring, because I think that, like, no RPG will be able to stand up to the scrutiny of, like, just a proper action game, right? That's not its point. That's not what it was trying to do. But I do think Elden Ring combat is, like, a gazillion times better than every other RPG game out there, right? Like, this combat compared to, like, Witcher 3, it's a savant, right? It's a literally god tier gameplay. So I wouldn't hold it too much in that regard. But yeah, look at the visual clarity of this. After this. But it's actually a mess. It's so much better. That's so much easier. Wait, hold up. No, this is what I mean. Way too many moves for... Good. It definitely looks better now. It definitely looks better now. And the thing is that I get... Part of me doesn't blame FromSoft for this. Part of me blames the fan base. Because the way the fan base talks about these things is they're now... I guarantee you they're now crying about this. I guarantee you they're now crying about this. They nerfed him. They ruined him. I guarantee that's what they're doing. Right? Yeah, people were complaining about it all day before the nerf, and now I guarantee they're going to be complaining about the nerf every day. Oh, they ruined him. Oh, look at them following game journalists or whatever the hell they like to say. It's just like, bro, the fight just wasn't very good. From software fans be like, okay. I thought you were going to follow up with a joke. Is that it? Let's look. Sorry. He has the lays off those clone attacks. Seems like these moves leave openings. That good. They leave openings. That's great news. That's actually so good. I'm actually so happy about that. Jesus, man. Jesus. It's so God, it's so frustrating when you're just trying to get like when you just want to press the R1 button. And people love, you know, once again, it's like, oh, patience. I don't find it to be patience. I find it to be boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't think it's a question of like patience, because to me, it's like when I think, like, if I would Mesmer, for example, I think Mesmer pretty much is a perfect fight. I think he has one move that's like insane, and thank God I managed to beat him, because I imagine that part would have driven me insane, and that's that part with the snakes. Like, the snakes going wild with Mesmer. That, to me, is perfect, right? Like, that, to me, was a perfect blend of patience mixed in with, like, actually striking. I thought it was perfect. I felt that way with Redlana. I felt that way with Dancing Lion. I felt that way with, I'm trying to think. Commander Gaius. Commander Gaius, I actually think is one of the best fights in the game. I think he's severely overhated. The part with the snakes, right? That part was, thank God, I guess I got lucky with the RNG, because his moveset wasn't that annoying, and I don't think he even really struck me, which was good. You then enjoyed the fight. Which fight? Mesmer or Radahn? It's not supposed to be the toughest part of the fight, but yeah, it is. That part I do think is probably the most annoying. But once again, it's fine if you have like one element of annoyance. It's cool. It's cool. The thing is, right? I fought the fire demon in Sekiro. I fought the fire demon in Sekiro. He was tough. He was super tough. I genuinely think he's one of the best fights FromSoft have ever made. I think FromSoft just delivered with him. Because there's a pattern to it. And also, you're not just constantly running around. There's actually an element to his gameplay. Oh, it's right. There's actually an element to his gameplay that really allows you to be aggressive depending on what you do in your playstyle. Right? One of the moves that he does, he has like this lunging fireballs where he just picks up rocks and then turns them into meteors and then like throws them at you. That's what the fire demon does. Fire Demon of Hatred, I think is his name. He throws them at you. Fuck! He throws them at you, these, like, meteors. And it's so cool because you can either just, you know, what I did was I would run. First time I did it, I ran. I got hit. I was smacked. I basically died like 20 times to that alone, right? And then I started realizing if I run, bait it, then run back, then run in, he does this very, like, predictable move that allows you to get like 6 hits in. So sick. You could do that, or you can just simply get like the fire defense umbrella, which just allows you to parry it, and you're perfectly fine, and you're healthy and safe. It's so good. It's so good. And Elden Ring has so many of that. Margit is another fantastic fight, right? Margit, Godric. I think those fights are fantastic. Who else? I would say no, not Godwin, sorry. I would say Horolu. I think the first part of the Elden Beast fight is fantastic with Radagon. I think it's amazing. I think it's a really good fight. It has like one move that's a little annoying, but other than that, it's actually genuinely a great fight. I just don't like the second half of that fight. Market, fuck you, but he's fun to fight. He's so much fun. I was talking about Radahn there, okay. He's the first difficulty spike you find in the game. Yes. Yeah. He fucks you up. Alright, let's look at this. Just look at his body and swords. Good. 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 Some other visual changes. Okay. Oh, they better indicate where it stops. That's good. That's good. Okay, cool. Alright. I still don't think this fight will be good. I think it's still going to suffer. I think the first part of the Radahn fight is actually quite solid. Yeah, I think the first part is like pretty damn good. Where is it? This part of the fight, I think, is great. I have no problems with this part of the fight. I actually think it's a really great fight. It's genuinely a really great fight. He's got a really nice moveset. You know, probably you could even add more variety to it and stuff like that. That would be fine. But it's just the visual clutter and them having patched that out. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yeah, there were so many particles. It was actually just a miserable experience. Because you're just there like, get out of my face. I beat Radahn without knowing you could avoid that last attack. No way, what? Do you mean you can be inside it and jump? No way. That's actually insane. What the fuck? Is that what they're doing? That's insane. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But yeah. Oh. That's me! Okay. Oh my god. One second. I'm just gonna be adjusting some stuff. Yeah, just deal with this for a second. I'll be adjusting these. Who's that cringe straight? He wasn't cringe! He was so cool, he's beautiful. You wouldn't understand. Oh my god. But you're like brothers, sisters, best friends, aunties, nephews, best friends, pet pigeons, nephews, uncle. He was an OG. You know I respect that so much. God. Make myself laugh. I love it when people. That was an insane thing to say. that was such an insane thing to say. Why isn't? Okay. How does it feel when your viewers disappoint you, Snooze? I want to fucking kill them. Because how could they think I could ever be disappointed by them? I love them. I'd never be good at being an influencer guy. I'd never be good at that. I tell people to kill themselves too often. Oh, shit. I sent 3 messages here. I thought we would. I'm just too bad at it. It's, bro. I just don't know how to tell people, like, you know, kill yourself. I don't know how to not tell people that. So that fine. Okay. Just say, yeah. I think that's one of our best memes. That one. Okay, I'm gonna go big mode here. Just deal with it. Okay. Kind of weird seeing 2 of me. Trying to go back to my default setup. Shut up. Shut up about nightmare fuel. Okay. Alright. that was the Radahn thing. Let's check out the rest. Let's just see. Do you do PvP? I don't do PvP. I'm not a PvPer. It's not my thing. Nope. It's just, I just don't care to. Like, I think PvP would be really fun if Bandai Namco just had good internet. People do seem to hate mages, yeah. Yeah, my biggest problem with PvP is that I've seen a lot of people complain about moves in the game. Like, they'll criticize, you know, an ability in game, and their reasoning for criticizing it is that it's like they go, oh well, it's not good in PvP, and it's just like, bro, some moves should just be cool, right? Like, you know, they'll have a really elaborate animation, but because it's an elaborate animation, that means it's easier to predict. And to me, it's just like, some moves should just be pretty sick, right? Like, isn't that... Isn't that more important? That's my opinion. Alright. Let's check. PvP exclusive balance adjustments. Decrease the damage of backhand blades against other players. Okay. Sure. Oh, these ones are pretty... yeah, the backhand blades are really cool. I get why they say that, though, because every time an NPC spawned anywhere near me, I killed them before they could reach me just by using spells. So PvP can be very unbalanced, depending on the class you are. Yeah, no, I get that. I just don't... like, to me, it's like, I don't understand who's playing Elden Ring and thinks that the best part about it is the PvP. Just solely because of the... Sorry, I'm just... adjusting some stuff. Oh. There we go. Sorry about that. I know of a certain person who only does PvP. Leopard loaf. Decrease the damage of spears, dual wield attacks, cool. Decrease the damage of the patta weapons. What the fuck's a patta weapon? Spread crossbow weapon will no longer cause the headshot damage motion when hitting another player. Okay. Leopard loaf. The gut's actually cooked with that. Scatter throw, a scatter shot throw. Okay, we're just gonna leave that. That's fine. General balance. Increase the attack speed of the uncharged version of the first heavy attack for the following weapon types: dagger, throwing blade, straight sword, great sword, colossal sword, heavy thrusting sword, curved sword, twin blade sword, katana, great katana, axe, flail, great spear, except serpent hunter. That's funny. Halberd, reaper, whip. Except the Rumi. Okay, hand-to-hand arts and beast claw. Okay, makes sense. Guts. Ubu? Yeah, these are very minor. After performing left-hand attacks with the weapon of the great katana category, cancelling into subsequent attacks. Use the right-handed weapon will now take longer. Okay, that makes sense. We're just gonna leave these, honestly. I don't really... It's kind of fine. Oh, Renana's Twin Moon. Increase the attack range for the first and second attacks. Reduce the knockback distance of the second attack. Okay. Cool. And they just fixed a bunch of bugs. That's fine. In some PC versions, ray tracing may be unintentionally enabled and cool. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Who cares? That's alright. The only thing I cared about was the stuff. Yes, please. That would be really cool, actually. Thank you, Mito. Appreciate that, man. My voice is kind of dying, so I apologize about that. Also... There we go. Alright, it may still take a day, by the way, for that to work. I got some notifications. I had to open up a new Twitter. Ow. And this is a 10-second video, okay. We'll check that out in a bit. Alright. You know what? I want something a little spookier. I'm not gonna lie. I need something a little spookier. We'll go with this. Let's get something a little vibey. How the fuck did you were able to tell immediately? What the fuck? How are you able to tell? They're eating the dogs. Okay, I said spooky. Okay, there we go. Silent Hill 2 remake info, PS5. You can turn off UI, old school 90s filter, quality mode 30 FPS, cool. Performance 60 FPS, yep. Unreal Engine 5, 16 to 20 hours. Honestly, I'm surprised at 16 to 20 hours. I was fully expecting an 8 to 12 hour game, but I'm happy with that. Akira Yamaoka composed over 9 hours of music. I don't know, is this the original creator? That's cool though. DualSense features. DualSense features, okay. So, you know, the snapping buttons. 3D audio, pretty much no loading screens. Pretty much no loading screens. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm super excited about the game. I'm not considering buying it first day. I'm going to be buying it, and I will be streaming it. I don't know about... probably first day. Maybe first day. It's a good idea, right? Is there anything else coming out October? Like, as in the time that this comes out? Because I do have an amazing idea. I'm not going to tell you right now. That comes out October 31st. I'm talking about what comes out. There's a bunch of games that come out October. I'm talking about, like, same day. But yeah. I do have an amazing idea for October that I'm super excited about. I'm not going to tell you. But yeah, it's going to be pretty damn fun. It's going to be pretty damn cool. I think you'd really like it. Oh, sorry. My audio might have... He was the composer. Okay, that's cool. Nothing. But yeah, I'll let you cook. Thank you. Do we have any other horror games that we're planning to play, by the way? Because I do have some planned. Okay, looking for the most immersive way to play Silent Hill 2. You have the option to turn off UI elements. We've also created a 90s filter with grain effect, color correction, and screen adjustments to complete the old school experience. Okay. Okay. Is it like a... I love how it looks without all the UI elements. Honestly, I don't remember what the UI looks like, so maybe I wasn't paying that much attention to that in the first place. Without UI, player guidance will naturally be directed by the game's visuals, sound effects, and James's behavior. You'll glance towards important spots and have different animations and facial expressions during wounded states. Should I play it without UI? Do you think that would be better? They also show gameplay, but that might be too spoilery. we can see a second of it, maybe. I don't know, it's more immersive. Okay, I don't think it's here. Alright. That's cool. And they said they made it perfectly. Yeah, I do find it interesting. He'll be like looking at the spots that you want to go, which kind of makes me laugh because that sounds like super passive aggressive. Like it's like James is there like, wow, I'd really love it if we went there. He just starts pointing. Is that guy in the... He seems sexy. Okay. Just keep that on the down low. Okay, right? Alright, buddy. Alright. Alright, pal. Alright. Alright, the next thing that we wanted to check is the PlayStation 5. Have you heard about it? Have you heard about the PlayStation 5 Pro? Oh. We'll check this out. We're gonna check this out. Oh, okay. Okay, we're gonna talk about some spicy
I'm
stuff.
Mark Cerny. I'm excited
Hello, Mark
to
Cerny.
be here to talk about the newest addition to our console lineup, PlayStation 5 Pro, and how it advances gaming technology. But first, I want to take
Mark
just
Cerny's
a
very
minute
good.
to look at what we put in the original PlayStation
Hey, Sean,
5
how you doing, man?
and how it delivers an exceptional gaming experience. When PS5 debuted in 2020, it brought a lot to the table. 8 Zen 2 CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5 and enable
I still need to play
complex
this.
gameplay, with character counts reaching into the hundreds and frame rates that can be as high as 120 frames a second. PS5 has a power...
Wow. 120, huh? Wow. That seems pretty good. Oh. By the way, with this new... I'm pretty sure Xbox is going to release their Xbox Series X Pro or whatever the fuck they're going to release. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be their way to say, hey, if you want to play these fucking games at 60, this is how. I think Indiana Jones might actually end up being 60, which will be insanely funny. If Avowed can't run at 60, but Indiana Jones can.
Powerful RDNA 2 GPU, which can render anything from intricate details to fantastic worlds with vast panoramas.
Fantastic
to
game.
explore.
Still need to play the
Ray
DLC.
tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water or glass, and the realism
Cool looking
that
game.
comes from real-time global
Indiana Jones comes out like December 7th or something like that. It's December-ish.
illumination. A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed.
This game
resulting in
looks super fun.
ultra-fast transitions between game worlds.
By the way, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's way too early to release the PS5 Pro. I genuinely don't think that the PS5 or any console has had any games on their system. I really feel like we're getting like one game a year, if we're lucky. Like I'm talking about console exclusive. Obviously, there's been plenty of games. We've been in a great year for games, but if we're talking about like console exclusives, no, it doesn't exist. Oh, Google Stadia is now... Sean, no one can compete to the GOAT, okay? The GOAT? I always thank Stadia for letting me play RDR2 for free. Did you play at like 30-second delay? I got the money back, you did.
And
That's
data
funny.
streaming rates so high that traversal speeds are essentially unlimited. Tempest 3D
Yeah,
audio-
some really impressive stuff with the Spider-Man games. I don't love the games. I haven't played Spider-Man 2. Maybe it's really good. I don't know. But I played Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man Miles Morales. One of the problems I had some problems with it, but I really, really liked how smooth the transitions between gameplay was. Like, you know, even fast travel, which who the fuck uses fast travel in Spider-Man? The way it would just seamlessly transition with a train and all that stuff was super cool.
Tempest 3D audio tech brings an unparalleled sense of immersion to
Demon
the
Souls,
sound
right?
of the games. With audio so real, you may not even need to
Returnal.
see the enemies.
This
to know
this game
exactly
looks
where
really
they
cool.
are. Finally, the DualSense controller has haptics that let you feel through your hands what your character is experiencing inside of you.
Have you guys played Control?
It's wonderful to see such variety and richness of game experiences. Creators have made...
Mark Cerny is a really, really talented dev, by the way. I believe he had a lot of influence for a lot of like great PlayStation games. He's a really big believer in like gameplay first and all that stuff. You know, I believe he had a really big impact on Little Big Planet. He was really influential for like the way PlayStation have gone in their pathing. He's also been an advocate for more like mascot-y games, so he was a big factor for what Astro Bot is, I believe, if the stories are true. But yeah, I was just gonna say he's really cool. He actually cares about gaming. He seems to be one of the few like people in charge who isn't under the delusion. That like having more pause on a character's face will make the game better. They say Astro Bot is a strong contender for. I'm super surprised by that, but I'm very happy. Astro Bot, when I saw the trailer, I was like, this looks amazing. I hope it's great. I hope it's fun. And then finding out it was made by like PlayStation Japan, a lot of the devs from that, and the game is apparently incredible, which is so cool, super cool. I do think I'd love it. I really want to buy it. I really want to play it. We have the Zelda game coming up. I think maybe a good idea would be once, you know, when October starts, we'll do some horror games. And then we'll maybe take a break. And maybe we could do Astro Bot in between. Maybe that's a good idea. Depends, though. We'll see how much time we have. But yeah, I think that'd be really fun.
Amazing use of the hardware capabilities, but when I talk to them, I do hear about their desire for more graphics performance. The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second, and that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with: graphics modes. It can be a difficult choice for players. Fidelity modes emphasize the visuals, typically through higher resolution rendering. These modes might also have enhanced detail or use more ray tracing. But the games only run at 30 frames per second. The visuals can be choppier and the controls less responsive. Performance modes...
I hope Astro Bot wins Game of the Year. I would love it too. To me, I think my Game of the Year is probably going to. I need to play Astro Bot. I haven't looked at anything. But right now it's Final Fantasy Rebirth. However, I really feel like that the Zelda game might blow me away. So I'm very excited for that. I hope that at least gets nominated if it's really good. Minecraft Villager mode activated. I'm just wondering. Maybe we shouldn't, fucking lie about it being as responsive.
Frame rate and interactivity, typically choosing to run 60 frames per second.
Amazing game. I love Ghost of Tsushima.
Mainly by reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved. When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time. Removing that decision, or at least choosing performance about 3/4 of the time.
That's interesting. That's really interesting. Oh, I thought everyone just plays on. I thought everyone just plays on graphics, on fidelity mode.
When asked to decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time. Removing that decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro. We want to give players the graphics that the game creators aspire to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer. To do that, PS5 Pro substantially improves over PlayStation 5 in 3 ways. Here's what we call the Big 3.
Advanced ray tracing, AI
First,
upscaling.
we made the GPU much larger and increased the speed of the memory it uses. The result is rendering that's up to 45% faster.
Okay. That's cool.
Second, we made major upgrades to the ray tracing.
But I play everything on Apple.
And accelerated
Play Resident Evil 4.
Calculation of the rays
That's what I'm doing.
at double or even triple the speeds of PlayStation 5. And finally, we added custom hardware.
45% is a lot.
And an AI library called PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or PSSR for short. PSSR analyzes the game images pixel.
That just sounds fucking communist PlayStation.
By pixel for short. PSSR analyzes.
No way they did that without realizing that, right?
PSSR for short. PSSR
Communist PlayStation for sure.
Images pixel by pixel and can add an extraordinary amount of detail, which boosts the effective resolution of the games. Game creators are adding PS5 Pro support to new and existing titles, and with the big three involved, the results can be pretty amazing, with graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but at double the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5.
Wow, this game does look genuinely beautiful.
It has huge amounts of detail.
As long as I don't look at the character faces, I think the game looks very pretty.
Let's compare this to the fidelity mode on PS5, which is only running at 30 frames per second and is therefore much choppier. This goal of delivering almost...
Sorry, let me go back. I just...
per second. It has huge amounts of detail and targets a super smooth 60 frames per second. Let's compare this to the fidelity mode on PS5, which is only running at 30 frames per second and is therefore much choppier. This goal of delivering almost fidelity-like graphics at performance frame rates has been achieved for a broad set of titles, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet & Clank.
That's really cool.
Part. We can see that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation 5. Another way to compare the two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus Performance mode on PS5, both of which target 60 frames per second. What we see here is a difference in detail. PS5 Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5. For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer.
Okay, that's actually impressive.
Here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is noticeably higher.
I am not gonna lie though. Obviously, you can tell the difference here. But when you have performance mode on, without like having switched from the, PS4, from the fidelity mode, it doesn't like you don't notice it. Like, yeah, you can tell here it's blurry because obviously you're seeing a side-by-side comparison. But without the comparison, you would just assume, oh, that's the artistic style. Obviously, yes, it's a benefit, but it's not a huge difference. Someone made a really great post about this. Let me just show this off. I forgot who it was. I just found the image. Bear with. Let me just put this up. I think this really illustrates what I mean. Like, it's less about the image itself. Damn it. Sorry, I'm gonna post this on Discord. This is what I mean. Like, it's less about the triangles itself. Don't pay that much attention to it. But this is a really good illustration. From 60 to 600, there's a huge difference. From 600 to 6000, there's a huge difference, right? Like, you can get the shape in 600, but you get details in 6000. From 6000 to 60,000, the difference is sort of like, it's negligible, right? It's there, like, this is good, this looks better than this. But at a certain point, when do we get to like 6 million and we're like, what's the difference? Right? And I feel like a lot of like console devs, and I get it, right? It's a big like selling factor. Oh, they get to say 4K, they get to say 8K resolution and stuff. It sounds really sexy. But like, it is one of those things where I'm not even of the believer that we need like 300 frames per second. Like, there is a difference between 60 to 120. There is a difference between 120 to maybe like 200. But at some point, it does become negligible there. I would rather we just focus on frame rate until we get to the negligible part. And then once we're at a point where they're both negligible, that's when we can start focusing more on graphics if we want to. You know what I mean? That's why the difference in terms of graphics between PS3 and PS4 was more impressive. Exactly. I mean, the difference between PS3 and PS4 was big, but like it was massive. The difference between PS4 to PS5 was nothing. The fact is that like 90% of the games that were day one launches for the PS5 were also on the PS4, right? And obviously this difference was even bigger for like PS2 to PS3, PS1 to PS2, and then if you go further, right, like 2D to 3D games. Insane differences. We are past that point, so I'd rather games just try and make them feel better rather than try and look better. Because I'd rather you try and look better through artistic decisions rather than like graphical ones, right?
Resolution throughout the scene, including the trees and procedural cars. The scene, including the trees and procedural cars. So overall, some remarkable improvement to the games. On PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics or smoother and more responsive gameplay. This is the big three showing their value. As you've been seeing, machine learning via the PSSR library is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate.
Okay.
But there are as many approaches as there are games.
The biggest worry with that is like latency. Like how long is the delay if you have to render this all?
The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West. Apart from the detail boost, that extra
genuinely
graphics
beautiful
power
game.
Is allowing for improvements to
if I don't
lighting
look at
and
the
visual
character
effects.
model. I'm not one of those people, by the way, like, oh, she's ugly. I don't care about that. I just, like, I feel like the skin, like, the textures for the characters look weird. They just look off.
Visual effects.
I've never seen it in, like, PS5. So, maybe it looks better on console.
As well as to the hair and the skin in cinematics.
Open up, guys. Dwarf's orders.
Good enough for me.
There's something, like, uncanny
Ray
valley
tracing
to me.
is finding broad usage as well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates. The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can make a real difference. Allowing Gran Turismo 7 to add ray-traced reflections between the cars in gameplay, while continuing to support their targeted 60 frames per second. That boost in ray tracing is also delivering
Riveting gameplay, though.
Legacy. Allowing not only for better reflections and a greater variety of reflective surfaces, but also for further realism in the casting of shadows. I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5 Pro. Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family. Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at the number of games running on the new console.
I can't tell why exactly. But his voice doesn't match the guy. PS5 Pro! Okay, wait, sorry, let me check. Okay. PS5 Pro? And I know the price tag, and it's ridiculous. Let's see.
Close your eyes. It'll be worth it.
Okay.
I didn't realize that was a game scene. I just remember people doing fan art of her in space. I didn't know why.
What's with all the neon?
That makes sense. Is that... Ooh, suck on that tongue. Let's go. Why did he pose like that? Ridiculous pricing. I'm sorry, that's actually ridiculous. No, that is so stupid. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean £700? £700? $700? By the way, that already means it's more expensive for us in the UK than it is for them. Great. Amazing country. Insanely expensive. Insanely expensive. And by the way, I am aware this is without the stand. The stand is like an extra, like, how much is a stand? How much is a PS5 stand? Another £25. So you have to spend roughly £725 for a console. And don't get me wrong, it's really cool. Like, it's got a lot of cool benefits. It does seem like a good upgrade. Not for that price. I'm sorry, that price is ridiculous to me. That price is genuinely and insanely stupid. I would hope that they reduce the price. They're not going to. But yeah, this is definitely, like, for the price tag alone, it's not worth it. The other stuff, really cool. But the price tag does not make it valuable to me at all. I would never buy this with its price tag. I think it's really dumb. $700 with no vertical stand and disc. Yeah, exactly. A disc drive is like another $75. That's so stupid. That's so fucking dumb. You better start asking for the... Oh my god, guys, if you can donate to me, I'll fucking blow my brains out right now on screen. Let's go. 800 euros in Europe without a fucking disc drive is insane. Play has no limits. Price has no limits. Yep. Ridiculous. And I know what they're going to say. Oh, it was the only way to price it. Honestly, at this point, if you're going to buy a PS5 Pro, you're way better off just buying a PC at this point. Like, you're way better off just saving up a little bit extra and just buying a PC. Because if you're wasting so much money on a console that's not going to have a very long lifespan. I just want that was exactly what I was thinking. It's like, the PS6... How many years is it going to be? It's probably only going to be for like another 4 to 5 years. So you're only going to have a PlayStation 5 Pro for about 4 to 5 years before you buy the new one. There's like zero value to that. And that's assuming they don't release a PS5 Pro, whatever the fuck else. Right? But yeah, no. Not worth it. Some cool features though. I do like what Mark Cerny's saying. In terms of like the PlayStation trying to really emphasize the performance aspect of it. I really like what he's saying in that regard. It's got some cool features. I like it. I would have bought it if it was fucking £500. Hello, Sync. How you doing? How's it going, man? Anyway, but yeah. I think it's ridiculously overpriced. Ridiculously overpriced, in my opinion. Cool stuff. Just not worth it for that price tag. If it was even like £100 cheaper, I can understand that a bit more. We are going to get into Veilguard. I just need to quickly go to the restroom. We're going to do Veilguard, and then we're going to look at... by the way, Veilguard stuff I mostly am aware of. I'm just going to basically be showing it off. Getting your thoughts on it. And then we're going to be doing some nerdles. But yeah, I'm going to be right back. Just bear with. Whoop-a-pa-po. Whoop-a-pa-po. I'm back. Okay. Ubu. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna be showing off a few things. Now. Some things are kind of funny. Some things are pretty cool. Some things I have no issue with. Some things I have some issue with. We're not going to be checking them all the way through. Not every single one. Just some. And there was the most recent one, which is... Okay. Boom. Alrighty. Boo boo. Woo woo. It's the sound of the police. Woo woo. Boom boom. Okay. Shut the fuck up. Alright. The first thing that we have is Dragon Age Veilguard, 22 minutes of gameplay with BioWare. This came out roughly about 7 days ago. Okay. This is IGN's first showcase for the game. This is their promo for it. They do this for, you know, every big game that they're announcing or whatever. So this is it for theirs.
What's up, everybody? I'm Kat Bailey, and this is our extended look at
Sorry, one second.
Dragon Age.
So we start off
gameplay. I'm here.
Ooh, I got excited because first of all, we have a Canary as a character creator. I was like, hey, that's gonna be really cool. Second of all, beautiful looking setting, right? Actually looks great. I think this looks really pretty. It does look a bit like Bioshock. You're actually really right. This shot as well.
Here with BioWare lead developers.
I got excited. First of all, loving the hair physics. Hair physics, beautiful. I was excited.
So today,
it actually looks so good. The hair, incredible.
we're going to be helping out one of our companions, Davrin.
There's a wardrobe option. I'm assuming that the wardrobe will also let us like customize our face and our hair as well. Like, as in, it won't just be clothing. It will be allowing us just to change the way we look and stuff. It might also lead you to Narnia with fucking Turkish Delight. Woo woo. I used to really dislike Turkish Delights until I watched that movie. They made that look incredible.
And this is part of his personal...
You've never tried a Turkish Delight? What? Have you never tried a Turkish Delight? They're not like the best thing ever, but they are really good. Like, especially ones with like pistachio, maybe some coconut on the side. It's very like delicious. I would suggest you grab them. You might like them. I'm not 100% know about your taste, but
arc to rescue.
Oh, I see. I never even thought about it. They probably call them a Spanish Delight. You should go.
The
That'd actually be so funny. Imagine.
Griffin's long thought extinct. We're gonna take a quick
beautiful looking place. Oh wait,
the Griffin's long thought extinct. We're gonna
beautiful
take a
looking
quick
game.
journey through the lighthouse.
Really liking the way it looks. The one thing I would say is probably this is too big, but yeah, that's fine.
Operations. We're gonna head into the crossroads.
Go kill yourself. That's fair.
And make our way to the dark swamps. Of
I just don't like how big
Lands.
the UI is. The UI elements in general.
This is your base of operations that you inherited willingly or unwillingly from Solus. Yeah. It is located in the Fade.
This is the outside area, and this looks really fucking good.
Able to start planning his rebellion against the Elven gods millennia ago. Right
and
now,
at this point, I was like satisfied. I was like, "Oh, this looks amazing! I'm super excited."
Have occupied it.
This here is our home base. This is where you will go to every now and then. This is where you go to at the end of every mission, essentially.
Started to build. It started to shape itself around your personality. As Kryn mentioned, we are going to go talk to Davrin, who is located up above. And each of these spaces kind of shapes itself around your companions as they live there, as they...
You see these? Just remember them. We'll talk about them in a bit. The UI reminds you of another game. What do you know what game? I think it kind of reminds me a bit of, like, especially the side stuff kind of reminds me of, like, Assassin's Creed.
Basically spend their arcs in those rooms.
And we see here
But yeah, just remember this.
glowing light above indicates Davern's ready for us. Let's check in with him.
And this is it. Okay. At this point, I was super excited. I was super happy. I had no real big problems. I thought the game looked beautiful. I've always been a big fan of the way the game looks.
Anything wrong?
I got a message.
Oh, look at him. Hear his voice.
A place called the Cauldron was attacked.
Amazing. And then... Why? He's your brother. Why? 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 Bro! Why does this man have a whole... Why does this man have a whole continent on his head? Kunari now looks like humans cosplaying as Kunari. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna make a defense for this in just a moment. Here's the thing: we've talked about the way the Kunari look. We've criticized the way that they looked in Inquisition, and then we spoke about how in Veilguard they look, in general, better. But obviously, like the Dragon Age 2 had the best looking Kunari, right? I don't know if you remember this, but we spoke about that. The thing is, the character design is similar, and I do not know what you're referring to.
I got a message. A place called the Cauldron was attacked.
Okay, here's the thing. This is a character creator. This is a character creator. It is an abysmal looking character. It genuinely is terrible, right? I do not know why it looks like this. I do not know why its skin is so soft. I do not know why it's got the Giga Chad chin. I do not know why its forehead is the size of 5 continents put together. And I do not know why the fucking horns kind of look so weird in this perspective. You can tell he's suffering. Now, the thing is, I think that the people who criticize about this, Kunari now look like humans cosplaying as Kunari. One, this is just the character creator that someone made, and it's obviously a bad looking character. We can move on from that. That's not the biggest deal. Who cares? Whatever. The thing I was going to say is the idea of humans cosplaying as Kunari. Aside from Dragon Age 2, Kunari do not look like what Dragon Age 2 Kunari looked like. In general, Kunari look like this. In general, Kunari just kind of look like this, right? They look like this. They look like humans, basically, right? They look very humanoid. They look very human-like. That's just always been the way that they look since Dragon Age 2. Like, after Dragon Age 2, this is just what they look like, right? It's their common look. Obviously, I would have liked it if they looked like Dragon Age 2 once, but it's fine. It's not the biggest deal.
Some sort of grey warden tavern.
It's a
terrible voice, amazing. I love the character's voice. His face just looks so bad.
Readout. No idea what goes on there.
Why are you involved?
That's not gonna be a
Because
short, you dumb fuck.
Sounds like the Gloomhowler.
No, but this looks stupid.
Earlier in Davern's arc, you were introduced to his nemesis, the Gloomhowler, creature that's been hunted.
He looks stupid. I feel like his face kind of looks a bit like Mass Effect Andromeda, which worries me. But it's only really this, because I look at Davern and it's fine.
No idea what goes on there.
His voice is amazing.
Because whatever attacked it sounds like the Gloomhowler.
Great voice.
So
I like the Rook's voice as well. This is, I'm assuming, like American Rook. I can't tell.
Earlier in Davrin's arc, you were introduced to his nemesis, the Gloomhowler, creature that's been hunting and stalking wardens for quite some time.
I like this, the UI for the choices.
It's kidnapped.
Looks very nice. Looks clean.
Davrin has been trying to track it down. Now he's got a lead, so we're gonna go find this and go track this thing down.
Now, Davrin, he prefers the direct approach. We're going to choose a tough response and see if we can get his approval.
Then let's get rid of it.
Had the same thought. What's left of the wardens are still licking their wounds. So we handle this alone. Just go to the cauldron and get the griffins back. You have to promise to behave, boy. Listen to every word I say, stay out of trouble, don't do anything dumb, and don't eat any.
I think we get the point.
Lancet and Remy told me there's a word
that sounds very
bond
cute.
between a griffin and warden moving as one. Turlum. Until Hassan and I have that, I'm supposed to keep him safe.
I have to say that I find the griffin adorable.
And very importantly, I know this is a question on everyone's mind. Yes, you can pet Hassan.
Well, thank goodness for that. And all right, what are we going to be doing next?
He's up for this.
All right, we're going to finish getting this information from Davrin on the Gloomhowler, and we'll be off to Hossberg in the Crossroads.
Between Warden and Griffin.
God, I can't. He looks cross-eyed as well. It's so stupid. It's such a bad design. Who made this? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I have to look down because I'm scared of it.
And we'll be off to Hossberg in the Crossroads.
Between Warden and Griffin starts by having faith in each other.
Maybe. I suppose you were born for this sort of fight, boy. All talons and temper.
And a sharp tongue to remind you of it.
As long as he backs it up.
So I assume that Hassan can be helpful during the gameplay?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, a lot of Davrin's abilities revolve around calling Hassan in the heat of battle. I in particularly love when you're going against enemies, you see Hassan swoop down, especially if it triggers a combo between your companions.
Here's the interesting
part.
part.
Mentioned earlier, one of the fun things we've done is if you see the lights on in a room, companions have something to say, you can see Harding up in that space.
Yes, this is really cool. So a way to indicate that you've got like new dialogue, it's these glowing lights telling you to go into their place, talk to the companions. My one worry is like how annoying is it going to be to move to each one of the people here. I hope it's like seamless. I hope it's not frustrating to deal with. But yeah, this is a cool idea. I like this idea. Actually a big fan of it. My one concern is that they're not going to my one concern is that the lights won't glow. It will only glow for important quest stuff, and it won't glow for like general conversations. That's my one concern. I hope they don't do that. I hope we can like see the characters talk, like as in it'll light up even if the characters don't have anything really interesting to say, but rather just one sentence. You know what I mean? And I find it hilarious that you start off the reaction by saying gorgeous hair, but you already knew what the hair was hiding. That's the thing. The thing is that I'm giving you my perception of what it looks like.
Nev behind you as well, and
because it does look really good, right? Like the hair just moves right. It just looks great.
We're gonna go find the Gloomhowler if we can, and we're gonna go through the Crossroads in order to do that. And the Crossroads, if you've played previous Dragon Age games, Trespasser in particular, is a location in the Fade that contains
really
a
cool.
number of
I think you're going to really like this. I love this part.
Across Thedas in a matter of minutes. But at this point, the Crossroads are under assault by the other Elden gods. It's a dangerous place, and we are going to be in for a bit of a fight.
And this Illuvian, the Vera Voss, is the central focus point of the lighthouse. This is going to take us to Solus's pocket area of the Crossroads, and it might look a little bit different from what you've seen in Trespasser.
Can you tell us?
Yeah, so we've got travel to tracked quest, travel to Crossroads. So tracked quest, essentially Crossroads are the way that you would travel between quests. So to get to a place, you need to first go through the Crossroads. And the Crossroads, the way it sounds, actually, I'll just show you it here.
Tell us a little bit about the role that the Crossroads plays in the structure and the gameplay.
Yeah, so the Crossroads is, again, it's the area that you spend a lot of time traveling.
We are playing as a mage here, so you will get to see mage gameplay. they do design it more to be more melee, but it's not a spell blade. This is its own. This is a evoker, I believe.
Through as you go from area to area, it's also a space that has at one point served as Solus's main base of operations and training ground for his rebellion against the Elven gods. So as you go through it, you're going to find fragments of the past.
Here's the thing. This is what the Forgotten Crossroads are, and essentially I imagine this is the same thing as, you remember in God of War how you will have your missions to get to, but then you had your main hub, which was this big open world with Jormungandr everywhere, and then essentially the water will like you know, drop and stuff like that. I imagine that's kind of what they're trying to do here, where the Crossroads are a bit of its own open world-esque, and then you've got your missions that are more linear.
Things that Solus had done previously that are going to give you a bit of insight into Solus as a character, but also into the Elven gods and their motivations.
Some of my favorite content that you'll find if you go exploring in the Crossroads is these opportunities to actually relive some of the memories Solus had during his rebellion. You actually get to take part in this ancient rebellion.
And here we have the Caretaker, a mysterious spirit that was actually here before Solus was and started to help Solus with his rebellion, but also to turn this into a safe haven for spirits. Again, as I mentioned before, the gods are...
I thought this part was really cool. I think it was Assassin's Creed game that it was reminding me of. You were right. Okay.
Haven it once was, but you're going to work with this Caretaker through quite a amount.
I like the way the staff looks like a mace. I think it's pretty cool.
This into that safe home for these creatures. That if anyone knows Solus, he has a tremendous amount of affection for spirits.
This is the gameplay section.
Right. Now we're going to get...
Alright, I'm just going to say this right now. The people who are playing are also the people that we are hearing talk. And I don't think that they should have done this, because I don't think they do a really good job at showing off the gameplay, because I think it looks really weird and kind of bad here. I think their showcase of this is kind of rough, I'm not going to lie.
Into combat here, and this time we're playing as a mage. Now, mage is one of my favorite classes to play. It's primarily a ranged
This part is fine.
And
this part isn't.
Surrounded by swarming darkspawn, I really have to use a variety of strategies to control the battlefield. I'm going to use my heavy charged attacks to knock down these ghouls, get them out of the way, and of course, darkspawn are vulnerable to fire. So we made sure to equip our fire staff, have our fire abilities on hand.
You may notice something about the Darkspawn too, is that they look a little bit different than they have previously. And part of that is because Gillenane, who has always been focused on using the Blight as essentially a crafting material, a way to alter life.
I think the spells look cool.
Enhancing and changing these Darkspawn as part of her army.
That was the shield, I just
noticed
realized.
That you were doing a combo opportunity. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the role that plays?
But yeah, they're talking whilst they're playing right now.
Yes, so the combat system in this game, the deep strategy behind it is really to...
The spells look really good. I just don't think they did a very good job at showing it off. And granted, you know, there's multiple reasons for that. Obviously, the stress of trying to show off the game. They're also trying to... They're not trying to play well. They're trying to show off gameplay. You're gonna see why it looks really bad.
Companions and Rook have in concert.
I wouldn't say they're great, but I like them. I think they're great. I really like them, honestly.
Shred. It's going to apply the sundered effect and deal a high amount of stagger. Now you'll notice I can combo that with Rook's ability Spirit Bomb. That's going to cause a detonation combo.
So,
like, that looks cool.
Again, one of the things you'll notice about the terrain here is it's very snowy, very mountainous. The Crossroads is a realm that reflects the waking world. In this case, it's an amalgamation of all the real world.
So here I'm going to skip just a tiny bit.
To it. In the case, we've got Hosper.
But it behooves you to actually go back and explore the Crossroads, as some of the deepest secrets lie within.
So
now you're in Hosberg Wetland. It's an area that has been almost completely consumed by the Blight.
Please hurry up, I need to get back home.
Here. Again, if you know anything about the Grey Wardens, they fight the Blight anywhere they see it. And they're noticing something strange is going on here. The Blight is not behaving as they expect and do, and as it historically
We get some of the village setting, which I think looks really neat.
Lavendale, and you are here to work with them, help them out, and help them find an answer to the questions about the Blight.
This is the shopkeeper.
I took work
Tell me a little bit more about this area. It looks a little bit like a hub where you can get a lot of quests and things like that.
I'll show you more of the shopkeeper and the other one, so it's fine. But yeah, here you can see.
And see what
looks neat. Looks very nice. It's clean. It's got a nice UI.
Warden Fortress into the small town of Lavendel. Now, this used to be a beautiful.
Yeah, it does look very nice. We'll go into it. We'll go into it in the next video.
You can see what effect the blight has had. But the residents are.
My biggest worry is you see this fucking exclamation mark. I'm really worried about it just being like side quests, just being fetch quests. Please don't be
still
that.
Here.
Please
They're
don't
trying
be
to
that.
make the most of their lives.
That is such a big worry.
There's
I love the way the village looks, though. I think it looks very.
In fact, we're gonna quickly check in with
like,
Finn the physician.
It looks like the good amount of like
and see what he
healthy.
has in store for us.
So Flynn, again, one of the focuses of this game is characters, not causes.
These hairstyles will also be in the game.
I've been busy with patients, but I'm short on
Yeah, I
medical
think it looks
supplies.
great.
We
We'll
wanted
skip
to
a little
make sure
bit.
that the side content of Dragon Age: The Veilguard felt as meaningful.
This is also like I'm liking the hair.
We need to
These hairstyles we know will be in the character creator, so that's always good.
more than ever.
I love the armor set actually. I think that looks really cool.
I know they took Weishaupt hard, and I hope they're okay.
Okay, here's the mission part.
All right, so we picked up a couple of quests in
Aloy,
Lavendel.
I also do like that the missions are naturally. It seems that the village and the mission are like one map as opposed to being separated.
But we're here to help Davrin, so
Which
we're
is
gonna
really
make
cool.
our way through the perils of Hossberg and try to get to this Warden Fortress of the Cauldron.
Okay.
Seeing a lot of kind of organic matter. I suppose that's the blight.
Absolutely. So the blight at this point, as mentioned before, the wardens understand it's changed. It's become a lot
The
more
world.
organic, a lot more
I personally love the art style, and the
alive.
world
You're
does
back
look
in
beautiful.
Dragon Age 2,
I don't like if I like our
position,
pace. What?
origins. The blight, while it was a slow-moving wall, it didn't have this almost sentience, this almost thought behind it.
Oh yeah, that's
and
fair.
obviously, we've talked about how the gods that are out are.
I'm just gonna choose to believe that some of the like characters in the world are just gonna have lower fidelity faces just to blend and make sure that it's not too intensive. Is my assumption. This is what they did with Final Fantasy VII as well. It's a common tactic. I'm assuming they're doing the same thing here. So they're using the same character models, but maybe just like, you know. Obviously, could be wrong. Very well could be a case where their faces just don't look that great.
Blighted. That probably has something to do with it, and it's made this area far more dangerous than it would have been before.
But yeah, here's where my biggest problem with the game starts coming in.
With some of these dark spawn, that they do look a little bit different than before, and that's very intentional. Gillinane, the god of monsters, she uses blight like a medium
it might be a
to
little
sculpt
later
and
as well.
warp
Okay.
the dark spawn to do her bidding, to suit her purposes.
So right now you'll see a couple of Hurlocks, one with some pretty disgusting growths on its back. Again, the idea
That's
that the
its
dark
ult.
spawn and the blight is an organic weapon.
I think.
They're not
Is
just
it?
coming out and, you know, making swords, making armor. They're using the blight to augment themselves so
Yeah.
they can more effectively.
I feel like he's doing so little damage.
Also give the gods the
It
world
is
that
cool
they
spells.
desire.
I just feel like he's doing so little damage. I think it looks really weak here.
Switch to my
You're gonna see a
Dwarven
bit more.
dagger on the mage, and those of you that were fans
You can
of
swap
the
weapons.
Knight Enchanter in Dragon Age Inquisition, you might feel right at home with this. This is a more melee-focused, more agile version of the mage.
I am a little sad it's just a dagger. We should have cool spears. There's no spears in this game, bro. There's no spears. Sucks. It sucks. Where the fuck is my spear? Imagine a spear, bro. Imagine. There's so many cool moves you could do with a spear. Everyone likes spears. The world loves a spear.
The main mechanics here is you can use this elemental orb
Fuck you.
to apply stacks of
But yeah.
elementals.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see this a lot. You're gonna see this a lot.
Agile version of the mage.
I'm trying to show you. Look at the
One
health
of
bar.
the main mechanics here is you can use this elemental
Okay. When I'll show you. I'll show you this
Orb.
more in a bit.
to apply stacks of elemental.
Okay. Look. He's dead. It's 0. It's 0. But obviously, they're trying to show off the game.
Damage to the enemy, and then
like I think that was just the you've been knocked out, because technically he should be dead. And at first I thought, oh, maybe like you have two chances to live. Sorry, maybe you have one chance to live. He does. I'll show you why. You're gonna pay a bit more attention.
And unleash them with your dagger to detonate them.
Look. Damage
to the
he has 0 health. He's been hit.
And then unleash them with your dagger to detonate them.
He's been hit multiple times. He should be dead. Like, even if he had only 1 health, he should be dead. And here's the thing. At first I thought, I'm talking about before I realized this. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, maybe there's like a recover thing so that like you can technically die once and then revive the same way as like Sekiro. However, if you'll see this little green icon here, that is important. He heals.
Again, we're in, you'll notice that there are blight pools. The darkspawn aren't just coming out of nowhere.
Yes, he's dying there so many
times. The blight is spawning them. Again, part of Gillian's attempt to turn this into an army for the gods is to use these darkspawn, not just, again, whereas you have the Venatori and the Antam, one case representing magical power, in the other case representing physical strength, the darkspawn are representing overwhelming.
By the way, you can see at the bottom, if you look at the bottom here, sorry, it's now.
In the other case,
but yeah, if you pay attention to the bottom,
for the gods is to use these darkspawn, not just.
It's slowly building up this blue bar, and if you see here, there's 2 slots. That's telling us how many slots you need to be able to cast the spell, which is cool.
Representing physical strength, the darkspawn are representing overwhelming force.
That was a pretty clutch heal a little earlier, by the way.
You know, we've talked.
Also, another big problem is that right now the character's build is necrosis damage, but darkspawn are resistant to necrosis, and that was a big problem. Is that it makes the combat look really boring. Is that it just makes it like, look how much he's hitting it and it's not dying? Like, come on.
You know, we've talked at length before that our fans have asked us, where is the healing magic?
You know what I mean?
Bring it back. And Nev in this game, happy to oblige with a kit of healing spells.
But yeah, I'm not a fan of this showcase.
So one of the interesting...
I'll skip just a tiny bit more.
Watching you play, I'm struck by sort of the size and the scope of this particular area. It seems like there's a lot of exploration.
Has gone ahead of us and is waiting for.
And the thing is, before I was watching this, I was like, "What the? This looks kind of weak. What's going on? Like, what is happening?" I was obviously under the impression, well, like, obviously they're not going to play the best because they have to talk, as well as they're more so showing off stuff rather than trying to be the best gamer, right?
For us,
but yeah.
Different areas to explore, and what I love is the more
as we move on and on,
area, the more shortcut.
A rogue.
This was my biggest problem.
You can build a party entirely of one class if you want.
I think it happens here.
Said you can.
Yeah. Look.
You have a lot of freedom in how you build.
The
your
guy's health.
He's
really low.
Again, as said, you can have.
He's now 0. He's dead. He should be dying.
Party, all mage party, all warrior party. It still works, but in this case,
he heals.
And Harding.
Spells look great, bro. Is Jesus
and deadening in this case as.
So I'm gonna skip just a little bit until it happens.
The area, and that's.
I do dislike how many of the red circles appear in this game. I feel like they're really overusing this function of like the big AoE attack.
Now you'll notice there's blight boils throughout the area, and that's part of our. Are going to continue to emerge.
I hate this mechanic in general in games. Oh, if you don't hit the big thing, then, you know, the things just keep spawning.
Don't destroy these blight boils. Ghouls are going to continue to... This end, this grenadier that's given me...
Say no, I'm...
Say that.
Well, most
so
of the
as
time,
you can see...
it's 100% this game than I am in discoming...
You say that?
Well, off pieces themselves and throw them at you, which explode as blight. And again, really leaning to the idea that the blight is organic.
He's 0 still.
And disgusting.
That mechanic does get really annoying.
One thing that I'm noticing is that
you mentioned earlier, this is...
If you're not careful.
Yes, and this, as we mentioned earlier,
I think it happens.
This is well into the game. So combat counters have really ramped up. And it really shows the importance of positioning, using your companions wisely.
Once again, he's just doing necrosis damage to enemies. Yeah, look. This is what I mean. They've clearly put it in so that the character doesn't die, so that the showcase can be like shown off. But all it does is, like, for me, it just makes the game look like, you know, I imagine a lot of people feel this way. It makes it look kind of like a baby's game, where you're watching something and you're like, oh, there's no actual tension. You have and this is what I mean. This is the green revive. So the game does have a secure revive element. And they've already spoken about how they have a lot of options to try and make the game like easier for a lot of people, which I don't care about. Do whatever you want, right? I'm not one of those people who's like. I will say I am a big advocate for lack of difficulty modes are really good. The less options in terms of difficulty, the better. And I am of the belief that, like, that doesn't mean that you need to make your game super difficult. It just means that I would rather you curate your game to be one certain way, and then you have cheats or like whatever the fuck. That's like, I don't even give a fuck if you have an invincibility cheat. I'd just rather have one difficulty in the game. Does that make sense? Because the amount, I've been watching a lot of Veilguard gameplay stuff, Veilguard reviewers. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does bug me. Because I'd be watching a Veilguard review, a Veilguard someone who breaks down Veilguard stuff. And the thing that does kind of annoy me in terms of like, I just don't understand how you're so uncurious about this entire thing, is that a lot of these people go, I'm not going to break down the gameplay because to me, you know, I don't really care about the gameplay. And I'm like, okay, cool, fair. But like, what? Like, what do you mean you don't care about the gameplay? Like, that's weird to me. It's like, you don't care at all? Like, don't get me wrong, I've played games that I don't love gameplay-wise, but I love in spite of them. For example, like Witcher. But, like, I want good gameplay. I don't really have an opinion on games having different difficulty modes. So, like, sometimes I wonder, would it be better if games like Hollow Knight or Elden Ring had an easy mode just for the new players or players who don't want to bother too much? I don't know. I prefer the idea of not having any difficulty mode, just having one type of gameplay. My best example of this is like Mario. Mario has 0 difficulty modes. Mario doesn't need difficulty modes. It has an assist mode, and that assist mode is more for like kids, right? It's more for kids, and maybe for handicapped people and stuff like that. But it's only got one difficulty mode. The difficulty of Mario is trying to be the best at Mario. But Mario in and of itself isn't difficult. You know what I mean? Like, anyone can finish Mario pretty easily. However, and I mean this genuinely, a speedrunner at Mario is probably the most talented gamer in the world, because the amount of stuff you need to keep in mind to be that good is insane. Right? It's a lot of work. So I do think that is valuable. I didn't struggle. Shut the fuck up. I mean, I would say, like, Celeste is one of the hardest fucking games ever. Celeste is so fucking hard. It's amazing. Oh, by the way, look at the hat. It's kind of weird now. It's like nice here, but now it shows more yellow. I don't know. I didn't do anything. But yeah, anyway, I just thought that was very interesting.
Now this is interesting.
But yeah,
they just went
they really
down.
I don't think they do a good job showcasing this. I don't really blame them all too much. I feel like it would have been better if they just had footage in the background.
Storytelling here. This is a place that you don't want to be.
Armor wise, I kind of like it. I'm hoping that there's more like interesting armor sets. I'm hoping this is just like one piece that they're just showing off early game. They've been very hesitant to show off armor pieces in the game, and I'm hoping that's more of like, oh, we want you to find it, rather than, oh, we only have 5 armor pieces.
You don't want to be in Hossberg. It is full of darkspawn, full of blight, and generally not a pleasant place to be.
Of September, and for everything that's great.
But yeah. Anyway, that was that. That was Veilguard. Sorry, that one took a bit longer. These other ones will be a lot shorter. These other ones will be pretty short. The next one that we have is the progression. This one is really cool. This one I may watch all the way through. It's 10 minutes long, but it is shorter to explain.
I'm Hilary Heidi, a producer at BioWare. Let's take a look at game progression in Dragon Age the Veilguard. In this video, we'll cover skill progression.
We're gonna see rogue gameplay, and this is what I mean by, like, I'm not gonna lie, everyone who watched that was like, is Veilguard not gonna be that good? Like, gameplay-wise, is it gonna be kind of weak? On a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is how you feel towards Rainbow, 2 and 10 is Silksong's release date, how excited are you about this game? I'm more excited about Rainbow 2, you piece of shit. I'm more excited about Rainbow 2. Can I say 20 for Zelda? Ubu. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad for Rainbow because it's like I really don't think that game is bad. It's just a clear example of, like, I am not in the mood to play a game like that right now. Like, that is not the game that I'm interested in playing at this moment. So I don't want to make it seem. Sorry. I think I didn't even understand that game. That's the thing. I don't want to judge the game because to me it's like I clearly just wasn't in the mood for it. I'm sure the game's fantastic. I just don't care to play games like that. So it's not my sort of thing. But like I would never criticize the game in that way. I don't think I have the right to, considering I don't think I gave the game much of a chance anyway. All right. But yeah, in terms of Veilguard, if I were to say 1 to 10, I think I'm cautiously optimistic. I think my excitement for Veilguard is probably, I think it's like, honestly, maybe an 8 or a 9. It's quite high. Like, I am a big fan of Dragon Age Origins, especially. I like 2. I've been replaying the games. I like 2. I'm liking 2 a lot more. Inquisition, I have no interest in replaying. It would take way too long, and also I just really don't like so much of that game. I played that game last year, so I'm fine. Inquisition, I do not like, aside from like a few things. You know, so I am excited for it. I do think that I am scared of BioWare, just because BioWare hasn't been a good studio. They haven't made a good game. Like, aside from the Mass Effect Legendary Edition, which, you know, that's whatever. It's a really good edition, but like, it's not a new game. Aside from that, they haven't made anything. However, like, if you look at Anthem, that was a fantastically playing game. Like, that game felt so good to play. It's just that it didn't have content. So we'll see. Why did those streams do great? I have no fucking clue. But yeah, that's my excitement level for it. So I would say an 8 or 9. Sometimes it dips. Sometimes it does feel like, oh, am I overhyping it? And then sometimes I go, oh, it does look really good. But yeah, this is, so just to explain it, this was the perspective that everyone had. Everyone's perspective was, oh, Dragon Age is doomed. Shit, what the fuck? Look at the character creator, terrible. Everything looks bad. Everything is terrible. And then it went, oh, Dragon Age may be good. We'll see. We'll see. But this is where we got excited.
Item progression, and companion progression. My goal is to build a rogue assassin who darts around my enemies and strikes them down with poison
like
bullets.
really cool.
In order to craft this build, I'll need to invest in the
a
right
model that
skills,
doesn't look terrible,
find and upgrade gear, and ensure my companions complement my strategy. Let's start by looking at skill progression. As you complete missions, find codex entries, explore the world, and kill enemies, you'll level up your class. Each new level grants more health and unlocks skill points. The Constellation skill tree is where you spend points to unlock new skills. Each class has a unique skill tree and can specialize in a specific form of combat. Specializations unlock at level 20. Rogues can specialize as saboteurs, Veil Rangers, or duelists. I'm going to build toward the duelist specialization, which emphasizes agility
That looks so
and poisoning
sick.
enemies with necrotic damage. There are 4 types of skills: traits, passives, abilities, and ultimates. Traits are activated by button combos. The riposte trait launches a powerful counterattack after a successful parry or defend.
I like
Passives
these
are skills
instead
that
of
are
them just
always
being
active.
ability based, they're actually,
Depth's Blessing
you know,
passive gives you
movement based,
plus 10%
controller based,
necrotic
stuff like that.
damage. Abilities are actions you trigger during combat. With the Toxic Dash ability, you dash toward your target to land a deadly blow,
But
dealing
yeah,
necrotic
already a
damage.
much better showcase, obviously, because they don't need to worry about doing
but we'll
it
talk more
at
about
the same
statuses when
time.
we get to companions. And finally, ultimates are high impact,
This one's
large
sick.
attacks that take
That is
longer
such
to
a
charge
sick
out
ability.
and create devastating and
That's so
local
cool.
damage.
Come on.
Within the duelist specialization, I have access to a unique ultimate ability called a Murder of Crows.
Oh, actually, I want to go back to that. You have to, okay, you have to put... It seems, okay, you can refund it. So it doesn't seem... In Dragon Age Inquisition, essentially, once you locked into something, you were in. Once you locked into a specialization, you couldn't get out of it. It seems that you are able to get out of it in this game. They did say you can only choose one at a time, so it probably locks the other two until you refund these.
Unique ultimate ability called a Murder of Crows. I'll unlock this ability and then switch over to my character screen to equip my new
I think the UI
ultimate.
is beautiful.
You can swap out your abilities and ultimates anytime you're not in combat. You can also enhance your
Yeah, look
abilities
how
with
cool this guy looks. This is your merchant.
enchantments. But we'll get to that in part 2. By leveling up, unlocking new skills,
But yeah, as you can
and
see,
choosing a specialization,
animations look great. God, that
you can
looks
start to
incredible.
design your ideal playstyle. But this is only the beginning. In
I'm honestly considering maybe going rogue. Guts! Hello, Guts. Welcome to the stream.
2, we'll talk about item progression.
And then you have execution. Looks really cool.
Your character, Rook, can equip up to 9 items. Each class has their own main hand, offhand, and alternate weapon. For example, my rogue has a sword, a rapier, and a bow for ranged attacks. You also have a helmet, armor, a belt, an amulet, and 2 rings. You can acquire items in 2 ways.
Snooze, where's the viewer attack? Shit, I need to add that in. Sorry, Guts. Let me add it in. Let me do this, just bear with. But yeah, I had to restart the PC the other day, so. How do I copy things? Copy, thank you. One sec. Cool. Okay, it should be there. You want to throw wherever you want. Is Snoozino being normal or still just shut
This is
up?
by visiting vendors and
But yeah,
you
here's
can
the
acquire
merchants.
items in 2 ways. The first is by visiting vendors.
I
and
really like.
faction
Oh my fucking god, bro! Did it show? Yeah.
The higher you raise your reputation with each faction,
Jesus.
the more items become.
But yeah, this part is really cool.
The higher you
The more missions you do with factions, the more upgrades as well.
Raise your
You'll be able to
reputation with
upgrade. So this here is, I'm assuming, the Shadow Dragons. and here you need a certain amount of reputation with them to be able to upgrade,
faction.
which is really cool.
The more items become available for purchase.
And you get more stuff.
The second way to acquire items is simply by finding them in the world. For example, while exploring the Necropolis halls, I discover a new main.
He went behind me? Oh. There we go.
The Enchanted Long Blade. Every item has stats and properties, as well as a rarity, ranging from uncommon to rare, to epic, to legendary. This uncommon item has high physical damage and stagger stats, along with a property that deals plus 20% final attack damage, making the final blow and attack chains more powerful.
Which
Perfect
is really cool.
for my melee-focused assassin build.
That's actually pretty sick.
But what if I
Wait,
want
what type of... Yeah, okay.
better? At the heart of item progression.
One thing I will criticize their showcases for, I think they've shown the same enemy fights, the same enemies too much. I am, like, the hopeful thing is, well, they're showing the same thing to not spoil, but I am worried that they're showing the same thing because they don't have much. But we'll see.
Is the Caretaker's Workshop. The Caretaker is
Shut the fuck up, you son of a bitch. Shut up.
That has set up shop in your home base, the Lighthouse.
I go where I am needed, dweller.
So sick. This design is amazing.
I am here.
Here you can upgrade item stats and enchant your items. The workshop has its own rank, 0 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
You can increase this rank by finding caretaker mementos out in the world, or buying them at shops. The higher the rank, the better your upgrades. When you upgrade an item, you'll spend the required resources, and that item will get a stat increase. At the same time, its level will increase by 1 until it matches your current caretaker.
Which is really
workshop
cool.
rank.
This is sick.
A higher rank unlocks
I
new
remember this part. This
enchantments.
part is amazing.
These can be applied to an item or ability, imbuing it with a unique property. For example, I can enchant my main hand weapon with plus 25% more stagger to quickly set up enemy takedowns. I'll also add an enchantment to one of my abilities, Toxic Dash, to increase its crit damage by 25%. Your companion's items can be upgraded and enchanted as well.
Really nice
More on
looking
that in
UI.
part 3.
It's really solid.
But the workshop rank affects more
Yeah,
than just the
this
items
part
you
is
bring
really
to the
cool.
shop. Anytime you find or buy a new item in the world, its level will match the current rank. So if
That's
your
so
current
sick.
rank is 1, new items you find will be at level 1.
That's sick.
But if your current rank is 5, new items will be at level 5. And if you
Right? That's actually great. This is a genius idea. It's a nice balance. They've changed clipping. It looks way better. Okay. We can do shorts for you. I pay you guys.
Purchase a duplicate
You know what I
of an
mean,
item you
Bucko?
already own. 2 things happen.
Prepare yourself.
So sick.
First, the level of your existing item will jump up to match the caretaker's workshop rank.
But yeah, this is such a neat, like, a neat bonus. So you start getting stuff that actually flows with you. You know how in Elden Ring, whenever you find like a cool weapon and then you have to go out and do that annoying thing where you have to farm something just to get enough money to be able to upgrade it and see if it's any good. Here, you don't really have to worry about that, which is actually pretty solid, right? It's a nice balance. I do wish Elden Ring would at least like give us an upgrade. Maybe like just a, you know, I don't know, just give us like level 7 at a certain point. Just because who the fuck's using level 1? Just give us the level 7 upgrade. How many things have you broken? Everything. Why do you ask?
Increasing its stats.
I did
Item
like
will also
update it.
be empowered, unlocking a property and increasing its rarity. Buying a duplicate of my offhand weapon, the Duelist Blade, bumps up the blade's stats.
Yeah, this is
unlocks
sick.
a property that applies necrosis to enemies I hit with riposte, and changes its rarity from offhand, increasing its stats. The item will also First, the level of your existing item will jump up to match the caretaker's workshop rank, increasing its stats. The item will also be empowered, unlocking a property and increasing its rarity. Buying a duplicate of my offhand weapon, the Duelist Blade, bumps up the blade's stats, unlocks a property that applies necrosis to enemies I hit with riposte, and changes its rarity from uncommon to rare. So it's a good idea to keep leveling up your caretaker's workshop, because the higher its rank, the better your items will be, whether you're upgrading them at the workshop or finding them out in the world. Another item type you can find or buy are runes. Each rune provides a passive bonus to your build, as well as an active bonus you can trigger. Up to 3 runes can be slotted into Rook's
I think the menu looks amazing. I'm so happy with it.
Rune, which allows my otherwise necrotic focused build to deal out
It's so
fire
clean.
damage.
It gives you access to everything you
But
need.
skills,
It's perfect.
items, and upgrades aren't the only elements of creating your build, because in the Veilguard, you're not fighting alone.
And now they're going to show us the companions.
In part 3, we'll talk about companion progression.
But yeah. I think this showcase is the best they've done so far.
Each companion has their own skill tree and unique items. They can be equipped with a main hand weapon, an offhand weapon or keepsake, armor, and a trinket.
It is interesting. We won't be able to put helmets on them. Oh, guts, thank you for the hydrate.
Can enhance my character's build. In this case, applying bleeding or necrotic damage whenever I detonate an overwhelmed target. And at the Caretaker's Workshop, I can upgrade and enchant companion items just like Rook's gear. Let's upgrade Lucanus' Corvid Cloak to level 5, greatly increasing its bonus ability damage, and enchant it with +1 maximum stack of necrosis. Companions also have their own skill trees, so as
Please let us wear armor like him. Please. Please. My biggest worry in this game. My biggest worry in this game. My biggest worry in this game is just the fact that we're going to have to deal with, like, the companions having all these sick armor sets with these sick moves and these sick concepts. And then our Rook is just going to have, like, lame stuff. That's my biggest worry. Please don't do this to me. Let us dress as cool as these companions do. Let us get some sick looking abilities as well. Don't just give it to the companions, please. I genuinely, that's the one thing I want. Just do that for me, please. Okay? That's all I want. The font for chat looks a bit slim. I can't really change that too much, Guts. Mateo seems to like it like this as well. I'm just going to keep it as is. Oh, I love... They're definitely in chat hearing your prayers, please. Guys, please. Okay, do not fuck me over here. Look how cool the armor is. Let me dress like
also
them.
have their own skill trees, so as they level up, you can spend points to unlock skills that complement your own. Some abilities can serve as primers, applying status effects to enemies such as sundered, overwhelmed, or weakened. Other abilities are detonators, combining with primers to create powerful detonations on status
now.
targets.
We're gonna be wrapping up shortly
you can swap
anyway.
out companion abilities anytime you're not in combat, just like Rook. In some cases, you'll want to spec companions with abilities that can fill in for weak spots in your build. For example, if I know I'm going to face a horde of Darkspawn, which are resistant to my Rook's necrotic damage but weak against fire, I'll want to bring along a companion like Davrin, who has powerful fire abilities. I'll also bring Nev, who can detonate targets that I've primed. First,
the movement
I'll use Davrin's
looks
Song
amazing.
Strike ability to inflict fire damage and knock down his Darkspawn. Next, I'll rush in with Toxic Dash to prime a target with the Sundered status. And finally, I'll use Nev's Icebreaker ability on the Sundered enemy to detonate it.
It actually looks so good.
In other situations, such as this battle against the undead, I want to max out my necrotic damage.
Yeah, I'm taking
potential.
collage.
I can accomplish that by bringing along Lucanus, a fellow rogue whose gear and abilities increase the amount of necrotic damage I can deal out. Our progression systems allow you to finely tune your skills, gear, and companions to create the perfect build.
Gotta sit in distance.
That is so sick. That is so sick. That little swish is really dope. Alright. We'll end it there. I mean, to be fair, like, these companion ones, they're really cool as well. And they show little bits of gameplay. This is the rogue gameplay that we saw earlier. They do show warrior gameplay here, and it does look really cool. Let me try and find it. I think it's this one. Like, this is the warrior gameplay, and it does look pretty sick.
Emmerich. What I also love is as I'm synergizing.
That is sick. Like, this excites me.
Having him.
I just hope it's like nice and crunchy
on the battlefield.
Oh, it does look cool.
It just fills me with joy every time.
Perhaps.
I love that the way that he does that bit. This part is just so sick. That is just so sick.
Combos, just having him refer to me.
They show a bit more.
What happens if you're indoors?
This is like a normal warrior, and look, normal warrior.
Like, what happens if you're indoors? So a lot of considerations.
Dope as hell. It's dope as hell.
In the game alongside Davrin, and indeed when you're doing some of Davrin's content, just seeing Asan gliding through the environments.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm just hoping they make it look powerful. By the way, the mage class in general doesn't look weak. The mage class in general, I don't think looks weak. Look how good the model here looks. I think the model looks really solid.
It's an opportunity for us to, and I absolutely.
Hair looks great.
Hey.
Like I never expect the character creator model to look as good as the companion models, but I think it's like as close as you can get.
Right. There actually are some griffins on a lost as a warden.
But yeah, I'm just showing some of the gameplay.
How he learns as a warden to train and interact with these griffins that
sick as hell.
Knowledge haven't existed for quite some time. It's a learning experience on a lost art of the Grey Wardens that is
arms all day.
I love the juxtaposition. So I become at peace with who I am. So I love the juxtaposition.
This one move alone makes me want to play a warrior, but we'll see.
Actually, between Tasha's personal journey and this imposing literal dragon slayer, that sort of hard
that part is so sick
and really gentle interior. It makes Tasha a really special companion for me. All right, yeah, I have to talk about the steamiest romances. And of course, Harding showed up. She was your scout on the
That's
field.
disgusting. Who has sex?
Establish that connection to the Inquisition. You get to learn, leap into.
I think that's everything. There's probably little bits here and there, but they were fine. I don't even know what that word means. Icky. Sex is icky. They also confirmed the photo mode. The coolest part about the photo mode, you can actually, if you wanted to, if you have like a cool picture, you can choose to deactivate NPCs and stuff like that. So, you know, if there was a companion that ran in your way as well, you can just deactivate them, hide them, or even you can hide yourself, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is pretty sick. This is it. Looks pretty dope. I'm happy that... Yeah, just wanted to show that off. I don't use photo mode that much. Typically on a replay, I'll use a photo mode. But yeah, that is pretty sick. Let's put on some music, and then we're going to... Let's go Zelda. We'll do some Gimpy. I actually should be careful saying Gimp. Pardon me. Whew. What did Mateo make? Let's see. Hey! My boy, my goat! My goat! There's a rumor that Furin Season 2 will be coming out 2025. That is a rumor. Do you know how fucking happy I'd be? Oh, I forgot to add some stuff. What the fuck? Okay, wait. I need to add this. Bro, that would make me so fucking happy. That is a rumor. No confirmation just yet. Cool. I do better collages on my phone. Shut up. I don't know what people expect me to say though. Cool. Oh wait. Nah, you know what? I like it being a bit bigger. And we're gonna make Paradox just a tiny bit smaller. That is pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Okay, let's go. My goat, stuck. He's so sick. Let's put him like here. A little smaller. Snooze. Or snoozing. What's up? Snoozino. What? What is it? What are you fucking guys doing? I won't know who you are if you hide the name. Oh my fucking god, what is this other one? This looks like a YouTube thumbnail. Oh, wait. Okay, I need to do something. Have faith. I just watched Furren season 2 and this happened. This is amazing. What the fuck? I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna make this the thumbnail for whenever I stream Deadlock. That's actually incredible. What the fuck? Thank you, Mateo. What is this other one? This is not true, by the way. This is not what my fucking desk looks like. Move the active layer. There we go. Why is my head? I thought this was a fucking picture of Deku. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you, it was best. Bring. You guys hated that. You guys didn't want that. But you're right, I should. I forgot about my goat. This one must have actually been a pain to fucking warp. That's actually so funny. This one's actually so funny. This one must have been annoying as fuck. That's actually hilarious. Spent fucking 30 minutes of that one. You know why? I could tell. That is seamless. That is like perfect. That must have been so fucking annoying. Jesus Christ. My life sucks. It's pretty cute, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I like this one. Let's export it. That's actually funny as fuck. Oh my god, man. That's so good. Adele, thank you so much for that. Oh, god. But yeah, guys, this is where I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream for today. One second, let me just look. Do we have anything? No. Okay, fantastic. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream. Thank you all so much for joining. I don't know why my hat is now doing... It's like almost perfect. Oh, some lightings, it's perfect. Yeah. That's perfect. But then why is it when I do that, it's bad? Alright, W stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. Oh, I got fucking blinded. Ow. I have 2 light bulbs. One on the left, one on the right. I think it's guts. He shines too much. Let me see if I could... Oh, that's interesting. I saved it! This is so weird. I don't think it does a good job in the background though. Let me just see. Yeah, I know. I need to change that. Let me go ahead and see if I can. I can't really change it too much. I don't care if it's like weird on some corners. Okay. If I get too close. Okay. Oh my god, what the fuck happened there? The thing I care about as well, one time I'm just gonna be hiding. Yeah. I know. I don't fucking know what to do. But yeah, this is where we're gonna end stream. This is where we're gonna end stream. The thing is, I need to find the perfect placement for it because if I put it too far back now, I'm touching it. You know what I mean? All right, this is where I'm gonna have to wrap up. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. All right, peace, guys. Hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Have a great day. Peace. Bye.